Hello, Libra, and welcome to Scouts Tarot, where curiosity and the divine align. This is your love and romance reading for October 2021, and this is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So I've already pre-shuffled your cards to save on time because it's valuable and I don't want to waste anybody's. Speaking of which, let's jump in. So your energies, Libra, going into October in terms of your relationship, current or incoming, is the Empress energy. So that major arcana, feminine energy, not doesn't denote gender, but it does denote that softer quality energy, right? The more emotional side of ourselves. And what this is trying to, what divine is trying to communicate here is that you should value the love and romance that you bring to the relationship, right? Or that you could be providing to a future relationship. That the Empress energy is, that higher quality, higher energy, loving feeling where it's kind of like I can express my love in a way that is both respectful as well as dignified. And for Libra, another one of the air signs is that we communicate. I am also an air sign, so we communicate our emotions through words, and we do set forth expectations in partnerships and relationships. Maybe not with feelings, but yes, with words and a lot of times actions as well. So what I'm picking up, Libra, in terms of this Empress energy is that you need to take time to recognize that you are deserving of love, right? You see this Empress energy, she's sitting back, leaning back, like I do deserve to be worshipped and appreciated. Versus like, you doing all the work to bring the romance and the attraction into the partnership, that you deserve to be loved. You deserve to have your presence not just acknowledged but appreciated and respected, right? That is a dignified expectation of love and appreciation, and it may be difficult to express that with I was going to say with actions and behavior, but if Libra, if you find yourself racing home from work, cooking dinner, doing the laundry, doing the dishes, sweeping, all this other stuff, like, that Cinderella like energy where it's kind of like, you're tired from doing all that extra work, and then your partner has this expectation of like, oh, so we gonna get down with it? Like, what you up to? Like, if that is the balance of your partnership, that you may find yourself like, not being as happy as you could be in this current relationship, or in terms of a potential relationship. You might not feel that dignified, respectful, emotional connection with somebody, where you don't necessarily feel like you're the only one who's putting in the work to keep the romance alive. So that's how I'm reading that energy. Which then brings us to your partner's energy in this relationship throughout October, and that's a Three of Wands energy. So Three of Wands, generally in a general reading, it does represent like a new adventure, starting a new journey, a new project, a new pathway, a new relationship. And I think that your partner's energy in this space is they do find that being with you, like in a current relationship, is expansive for them. That it feels like they're going on an adventure, that this is exciting. There's all this, there's new stuff that's happening between you guys. You're connecting in new ways, and it's something that they value. But again, because of this Empress energy of like, you shouldn't be the only one doing the work. Like, you got to get, like, both you guys need to be on the same page in terms of what that relationship is, because there's a lot of, what I'm picking up here is that the potential here for a strong relationship is high. That as long as your partner recognizes that yes, this is a great journey, that they find themselves in a renewed space with you, that they know that they got to do a little work too. Like, these wands can also represent manifestation, right? Like taking something and turning into something else, right? That swish and flick Harry Potter energy of putting in the work to get the outcome. So I think the alignment here is just understanding that this person also needs to do work, and that you don't have to do all of it. But you do, you appreciate being in a partnership, Libra, that you find value in the relationships that you have, especially your romantic ones, that you identify, you enjoy being in a relationship because it allows you to develop your identity with another person, which is difficult because most people are generally a single person. So trying to figure out who you are in a partnership with another person is, it's an experience. It's work, but it's one that Libras tend to lean into more than others. Which brings us to the overall energy for October for this relationship. And that's the Six of Cups energy. So Six of Cups is like that nostalgia energy, right? I remember when back then, whether it's all the way back to childhood or just like early in the relationship, right? And I think that your energy, your relationship energy, allows you to feel either in a nostalgic space, right? That if this is a current relationship, that you do feel like you're in a space where it's either you feel like you were when you were a kid, or you have that more I don't want to say juvenile energy, but just like that inner child feelings tend to come out more in your relationship, that you may find yourself with an opportunity to express that, and it's something that you guys might recognize. Like you may relive a memory in your relationship. You're like, oh man, do you remember that? Wow, that was great. That was such a good time. And it allows you to like rekindle the early sparks of your relationship. And if this is an incoming partnership, that this very well could be somebody from your past, Libra. Like it could be, old crush or an ex even, just somebody from the past that it's more of a fond memory and not like, oh crap, not them. Like, I don't feel like it's that type of energy. That if you are looking for that romantic connection, like you're loving on yourself and you know that you can attract good energy towards you, and the person that you're attracting is somebody who's excited by this energy that you're bringing into the relationship, that it could be somebody's like, wow, I do remember that. I remember that about you. I remember that about us. This was I want to go back on this adventure with you, and you being the Empress energy in this partnership, this future partnership, that could be like, you're right, it was fun, but we're gonna do something different this time. Like we can't go back and do what we did before, because you deserve to have some balance in your relationship here, Libra. So we're gonna go ahead and get some advice from the Lovers Oracle deck. Okay, work with me. So they are heart-shaped cards, and is just a word of advice, a piece of advice for Libra for the month of October in terms of their relationship status. That love and romance. What energy does Libra need to lean on in the month of October? Okay, there we go. So we have, I think this was the one at the top, the Twin Flames energy. So your passion ignites. Somebody else had this card. Was this Gemini? Leo? Somebody. Anyway, what I'm picking up here is that this person that you will either A, encounter in a new relationship, or B, the relationship that you're currently in, is that if you guys find that balance of like, okay, so when I get home from work, I'll cook dinner, but you got to do the dishes, so we're both done at a reasonable hour, and we can go and enjoy our relationship, right? Go out to dinner, but you know what I mean? Like maybe it is like go for a walk around the park and go back to that, that dessert place that you guys both like. You're like, wow, I remember that was such great times. And again, it allows you to deepen that connection, because Libras, again, they find value in being in a partnership and developing this new aspect of themselves. And in order for you to get there, embody that Empress energy, expand on what it is that you guys have together, and rely on what attracts you guys to each other in the first place. Because as you're developing that I guess circle, that loop of connectivity, that you're going to ignite or continue to inflame your twin flame energies. But all right, Libra, that does conclude your love and romance reading for the month of October. I do hope that resonated. Please, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you in November.